Today, we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for so many. How to care for your mental well-being after a traumatic experience. So one cold November night in Colorado, we awoke to a burglar at the foot of our bed. Instead of running out, he ran to my side of the bed, screaming. It just took 4 minutes for our lives to change forever.
So whether you're healing from a loss, an unexpected crisis like what we went through, or a life-altering shift, we know all too well the disruption it brings into your life. And right now, you may feel like everything has been turned upside down, that things are never going to be the same again, or that people just don't understand. You know, we've been there too. And so we want to give you 4 practical tips that helped not only us, but many other people in the No Surrender Mindset community reclaim clarity, calm, and courage.
So let's start with one. Let's start with reframing your stress. See, trauma can overwhelm your nervous system, but we can reframe it. We can shift from why did this happen to me to what can this teach me? I know that's difficult, right? It takes some time though. That took a while for me to get to. What can I learn from what I was going through? Something from almost being stabbed to death, but over the years and through hard internal work, I eventually got here, and we got here, and you will too.
It reminds me of this quote from Viktor Frankl. When we were no longer able to change our situations, we were challenged to change ourselves. It's not about denying the pain. It's about extracting the purpose from it. That seemed to be the only thing that brought us any peace. We weren't going to allow that one person to continue to hurt us day after day after day. And instead, we found a way through the pain, and we used it to feed our mission and to help others get through whatever they're facing.
So one of our seekers in our community, let's call her Jill, a mother who faced a sudden divorce and financial collapse, which usually happens. She said the moment everything changed for her was when she stopped fighting the pain and started listening to it. She began notating, journaling every night, asking a question, what did I learn today? That one question helped her rewire her perspective over time.
And let's talk about step number 2. Got to create boundaries. Trauma can leave us raw and reactive. And one of the best things you can do is create boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself.
And that means people saying no and work on the guilt, or doing it without guilt, limiting conversations that just drains the energy out of you, and even muting people on social media who trigger old wounds.
The American Psychological Association states that people who actively practice boundary setting report 60% lower levels of chronic stress and emotional burnout. That's huge.
That's really huge. That night, I was stabbed 9 times and twice in my spinal cord. I didn't have the patience to deal with pretty much anything or anyone around me, right? Does this ring a bell with anyone? They had no idea what challenge it was to do the little things like get up in the morning, right? Just go to the bathroom or even take a shower, or hold our son, who at the time was about 16, 18 months old. I didn't have energy. I couldn't tolerate anyone or anything who wasn't in our corner rooting for us.
We had to put boundaries up to protect ourselves and to help us move forward. Our time was limited working with the police, going to and from therapy, and trying to work because the bills still come in even when you go through something that's life-altering. And once he was able to return to work, Michael even left his job because when you almost die, it's tough to listen to some of the small stuff that people are complaining about around you.
And number 3, build simple, sustainable habits. After trauma, even brushing your teeth can feel like a marathon. That's why it's critical to build tiny, non-negotiable habits to win.
1 glass of water in the morning.
Yep.
5 deep breaths before you check your phone. Stretch for 2 minutes. It's the consistency that brings back your sense of control, not the size of the action.
We talk about habit stacking. So if you already make coffee every morning, stack a gratitude prompt with it, like writing one thing you're thankful for while it brews.
And if you're in the middle of something right now, it's difficult to establish a new routine and habits, but it's an incredible tool to help manage the minutes in your day. You can't go back to how things were, you can only move forward.
Absolutely. People are generally creatures of habit, but what you went through probably pulled you out of your normal routine. One of the best things we did was to begin a new habits, new routine. That's going to look different. It's going to feel different in every one of you. Habits will establish a way through your day. Start small and then add another one with it. Start stacking. Take a shower and listen to a positive podcast. Eat a little healthier for breakfast and write a page in your journal. But start.
Tip number 4, I love this one. Honor rest and recovery. This one doesn't get talked about enough. After a big life change, rest is a priority. Rest isn't laziness, it's therapy. When your brain and your body are in a survival mode, sleep and stillness restore that balance. So don't push through exhaustion. Rest is productive.
And if you have PTSD like we did, your sleep schedule can get totally thrown out the window. We have to learn to rest. When we could, we used to sleep in church on Sunday mornings because it was the only place we felt safe. We didn't intentionally plan to do this, but that environment, we could relax and sleep just took over. You know, we were too tired to care what anyone thought about it because we were just in survival mode. As the days and months and years passed, we worked on making rest a priority and working through things that kept us from sleeping. And believe me, it took years.
Yes, it did. So just to recap, your mental wellness can rebuild through reframing stress and growth,
Setting firm, self-loving boundaries,
building simple healing habits,
prioritizing rest without guilt.
and always remember, you don't need to bounce back. You're allowed to rebuild forward piece by piece.
Yep, so visit us on a nosurrendermindset.com and sign up for our weekly mindset message for more stories, tools, community, strength, encouragement. You're never alone in this.
Until next time, give yourself grace and keep showing up no matter how messy the day feels.
Absolutely. And remember, no surrender.